So the full moon. Yeah, I thought it was pretty intense. And I certainly had got a big piece coming through. The last few weeks, the last few months, I have considered, reevaluated the thought of how do I fit in this piece of sexual healer, spiritual sexual healer, spiritual sexuality. And today, something really, really magic happened. Because, it never is what it looks like or what it just is always different. And in that moment when you think like, okay, you know it all, suddenly it's like, it's something completely different. Today, I have really received the call to step into the elevator and go upwards after having maneuvered the horizontal level of whatever your feminine and your masculine, and finding your spot and weighing it out and harmonizing it so that you constantly somehow in relating to both aspects at the same time. And that then creates a certain mix and flow and point of authenticity that matches the environment when it's truly done from your heart. And then the door opens from that elevator. And it says, okay, now you may step in. There's a price to pay for, of course there is. Because as soon as the elevator goes up, it leaves the world of matter, or the lower needs, the lower wants, and goes up to higher positions. I struggled quite a lot with all the anxiety that has been the last couple of months about knowing something new and something profound is coming on, even the apocalypse and so on. But understanding also is like, okay, it's only my fear on the inside, and something new will be there, but I have no idea what it is, so I'll just go with it. And with that, it's so easy to take drugs, sugar, alcohol. For me, it's food or sex. And then there comes a call to say, rein it in. Come on, rein it in. Stop it now. Gone through it. In Pisces, it's always the sign associated with drugs, with alcohol, and so on. But now it's like, okay, let go of it. Work with your energy. That's what it said. How can you work with your energy, and how can you increase your energy and your vibration when you use all different material substances? And this is what's really about, even sexually. You have to swing at a different vibration to open up certain areas. And if you haven't got that vibration, if you're not able to vibrate that highly, then certain things you just are not able to reach. And this is really something important for me. How can you build up this energy, and how can you then, with the pressure that there is, with the focus there is, increase the frequency? And it was really clear that it came down to say, it's like, you can't, as long as you use external materials with it. So you have to really come back home to who you are, pick up and accept the frequency that you're on, accept the depressive parts that are in there, the illusionary parts that are in there, the manic parts in me, the narcissistic parts in me, whatever vibration that is, and wherever you are, whatever creates your complete vibrational field is like. But you have to see it for what it is, undistorted, unmanipulated. And when you're there, then you can work it. But it's like basically pulling yourself on your own hair out of the mud. And so it is with this. It's like I'm called to accept of who I am, no matter what that is, whether it is, and then focus on that energy. And what you focus on, that grows. So then, new solutions are coming up for the questions that are there. How do you increase that frequency? Just bring the question out there, and you'll see your helper, the Holy Spirit, or your intuition will bring up the answer. Maybe not immediately, but if you ask from your heart persistently, and you ask it again and again and again, and focus on that, and it becomes important to you, then you will also get that. They say when you prepare for God, you invite God, and God will show up. And this is what I did my whole life. I prepared to be shown that elevator, and that door opens, and that finally I can go upwards. I had no idea what I had to do and what initiations I had to go through. But you realize so many things in life, there are initiations. And that's the wonderful thing around astrology, that it allows you to give you a framework and a raster, like a diary where you just can follow and track the energy of what it does. And by just tracking it, by just being aware of what's going on, you're able to increase your awareness around it. And increase awareness for something that you wouldn't have looked at before. But because the astrological readings and interpretations of the people point at it, so you just, okay, interesting, okay. Wouldn't have thought that, or wouldn't have considered that, wouldn't have looked at that, but now you do. And with that, you grow. And then say, but it's manipulative and so on. It doesn't matter, it's just awareness. You're aware of that, and you still have to follow your own authentic path with it. But then you see and you take on things, and certain things you let go and ignore them, or doesn't bother you, doesn't resonate with you. And so you're going upwards. And next year you're doing the same cycle again, and you realize where you were last time, and now you're there. And it's like, it's a constant increase of awareness of, wow, this all connects. It's all is done in cycles. It's all is done. The whole macro universe is with the micro universe. It's holographics. Like the smallest things isn't the biggest, and the biggest isn't the smallest, and it's there. So if God is the biggest, then I'm as the smallest cell of that, I'm God too. Or if he's the Father, and I surely have to be the Son. But can we own up to that sonship? To be a Christ? To let go of that there is one person, because he didn't do it. Jesus Christ didn't do it for himself and wanted to be hailed as the hero. He knew what he did, but he invited everybody, and his disciples in particular, to follow suit, to do it like him. And this is what really, really excites me. I know when I climbed my shameful mountain of sexuality, and said, I need to conquer this. I need to learn as a man to be standing my own man. To be confident, to know my energy system, to be able to cope with that, with my creative life force. I wanted to do so many things. I'm such a playful person in general, and a curious person. I want to know. I wanna, in particular, I'm also there at Taurine. Like I have my moon and my Jupiter in Taurus, and he wants an experience. Like not just thinking or it's like, yeah, maybe, but I want the experience. I want to really experience of what it's like. And then I can go further with that. So I'm here and going into the next cycle. Jupiter being in Aries, opening up to a whole new cycle, 12 years. And the 12 years is like being elevated onto the next floor. Wow, I'm excited on that. What it means to go one level up, or two or three or whatever. But being able to do the whole new landscape up there now and taking it in, knowing the old has gone and now new things become possible that weren't possible beforehand. And this is awesome. 46 days to go, I think today it is. And then I hopefully have let go of everything that is here and will head out there into the uncertainty, into a great initiation. It'll be interesting.